It started as just another school lunch, laughter, chatter, the clinking of soda cans. But in the far corner of the cafeteria, tension boiled over. Jamal, a quiet, well-respected student, found himself the target of a rage he hadn't earned. One moment, he was talking with friends. The next, a white classmate had him by the collar, fury in his eyes. Phones were out, students froze, and somewhere in that frozen silence, a truth was about to surface, one that would leave the entire school questioning everything. What pushed this moment to the breaking point? Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching. From in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Jamal was no troublemaker. He was known for his kindness, his love for basketball, and his habit of helping younger students with their homework. He walked the halls of Westbrook High with quiet confidence, greeting teachers and classmates alike. His twin sister, Jada, was the opposite, outspoken and fearless, the kind of girl who would stand up to anyone. Together, they were inseparable. That Thursday afternoon seemed ordinary. The twins sat at their usual cafeteria table, chatting and laughing as the hum of student life filled the air. Sunlight poured in from the high windows, and the smell of pizza drifted through the room. But somewhere across the cafeteria, eyes lingered on them longer than usual, watching, calculating. The kind of stare that made skin crawl. They didn't know it yet, but lunch was about to turn into a test of their courage, and the whole school was about to witness it. The first sign came as a sudden shadow falling over their table. Ryan, a senior in a green varsity jacket, towered over Jamal. His friends, 3 other white students, stood a few feet away, smirking like they already knew how this scene would end. Ryan's hand shot forward, gripping Jamal's sweatshirt. The cafeteria noise dipped, replaced by the muffled gasps of students realizing what was happening. No one spoke, but everyone watched. It wasn't the first time the twins had felt out of place at Westbrook High. Jokes muttered under breaths, accidental bumps in the hallway, whispered comments about their hair or skin, little cuts that piled up over time. But this was different. This was public. This was meant to humiliate. Ryan's voice was low but sharp, each word dripping with disdain. Students nearby exchanged uneasy glances. A few reached for their phones, recording the moment as if proof might be needed later. At the far end of the cafeteria, 2 security officers started moving closer, but the space between them and the unfolding confrontation felt impossibly wide. Jada stood up, her chair scraping the floor loudly, her eyes locked on her brother. She wasn't about to let him stand alone. Every muscle in the room seemed tense, waiting, wondering how far this would go. And then Ryan pulled his fist back. The room held its breath. Before Ryan's fist could land, Jamal shifted. He didn't swing back. He didn't have to. In one sharp, instinctive motion, he stepped aside, letting Ryan's momentum carry him forward. The bullies stumbled, slamming into the table behind them, trays clattering to the floor. Gasps rippled through the cafeteria. Jada moved in front of her brother, her voice steady, her stance unyielding. The officers closed the gap, grabbing Ryan by the arms before he could recover. His friends backed away quickly, the smirks gone from their faces. In that instant, the dynamic shifted. Jamal was no longer just the target. He was the one who'd refused to break. And everyone watching knew they had just witnessed something bigger than a schoolyard fight. They'd seen what it meant to stand your ground without losing yourself. Ryan was escorted out, his shouts echoing down the hallway. Jamal and Jada sat back down, their hands still trembling, but their heads held high. The cafeteria slowly returned to its noisy rhythm, but the air felt changed, charged. By the end of the day, the video had spread through the school. Some students spoke up for the first time about the subtle racism they'd endured. Teachers began asking more complex questions about what happened in their hallways. Jamal knew this wouldn't be the last time he faced prejudice. But he also knew he wasn't alone, not with his sister, not with the classmates who now saw the truth. The question is, how many more moments like this must happen before we stop them for good? Where are you watching from? Take care.